Alright, so I'm not exactly thrilled. As you can see, there was some air bubbles in there. You can see by the white. Um, it's only on a couple spots on the right up in here, down there. That one is almost perfect. You can see it on the glare, but that's it. But as you can notice, they're starting to become matted down a lot better. And since I'm going red with the Blood Angels, all their washes have a matte finish as well. So I figured I'd just try this out and just see kind of what happens. And just try a red wash. I know it'll darken the black, which is not a concern of mine at all. But just kind of gonna try that out too. And then I am gonna have to dry brush around these with that slight orange to kind of just blend the colors. That's something they really don't ever tell you when you see the guys lay decals down. You do have to reblend the area just a little better. But at this point, we're just trying to get the matte finish to go away completely, or almost completely. So as you can see on this one, the matte finish did its job right in here, and I probably could just do another coat of Lamia medium. But like I said, I was just wanted to give it a shot since I am going red. Just kind of, reddening just a little bit of the red wash just to see. Like, I know it's going to darken or make the red bolder, but again, just out of curiosity more than anything. And we'll see where that lands us. As far as these go, if you notice, they're perfect. They're not glossy, but I'll show you what we can do to those to give them that war-torn look. And as you can see, the gloss is only on the spot that I missed on the outside. So let's go ahead and rinse that off, and I'll show you what we're gonna do to the white markings. Since the rest of the model has that, this tank's been kind of, it hasn't been cleaned in a while, it's kind of rough. We're going to continue that with my Nuln Oil, if I can remember where I set the Nuln Oil at. Nuln Oil. Alright, so we got the Nuln Oil out. This stuff is fantastic. If you don't use it, you are missing out. You can see the Nuln Oil that's been applied in here. It really sets inside and really creates a depth within the model. Same thing with this side. You can see it all in here. You can see it sat in the recesses. It got inside the top, sinks inside the recesses, and then you just dry brush over this with a lighter metal, and bam, now you've got, a toned model. But going back to over here, we'll apply some of the Nuln Oil. We'll kind of thin it out on the brush. We don't want to put it on too thick. Let's get it to focus. All right. Let's get that Nuln Oil everywhere. Let's get in the grooves up here. Get in the grooves at the bottom. It's gonna really darken this part out, and we'll have to do it a couple times as we go through. And that's just to give it that war-torn, faded look. We don't want it to be that bright white. Look at me, I'm a brand new decal on the side of an abused Land Raider look. That's what we're not shooting for. So we'll go ahead and lather this on pretty good. Shooting up in there. We'll put some in there too, just some extra. Shebang. We'll put it on a little thicker, see if it makes a difference. Alright, there we go. Really starting to get that I'm an abused look. Put it on again because this one really didn't want to stay. And again, we're going over the whole thing to give that whole area that same effect. We don't want to do just the decal, or else the decal gets that funny, why am I dirty and the rest of me is clean? But coming back to this, as you can see, the shine is almost completely gone, and it leaves you with just the decal. And from a distance, you can ever so slightly see the extra red, which is good. We don't want it to be blatantly red. Same thing here. It's almost completely gone. And the same thing there. It does have a shine on the camera, but in person it's not there. And this one does have a little bit of shine just on the side, so we'll go back over that one more time with the red. Actually, I'll try the Lamian medium. I don't want to get too crazy. And with the yellow, I don't want the yellow to be so bold, so we're just going to dirty up just the yellow spot. Kind of missed. So dry paper towel. Okay, the yellow's a little dirty, and the same thing with the white. We'll go ahead and do the Lamian medium. Or not Lamian medium, the Nuln Oil. And we'll just put it on a couple other spots over here too to, you know, to give it that dirty look. Okay, we'll just let that sit. Since I got the Nuln Oil, I'll just go ahead and do the crest, the underside crest. Even though it's already been sepia'd, this will hone in the wings portion just a little bit more, to kind of separate the outer from the inner. That's basically what you're doing when you're highlighting and you're washing and you're dry brushing. That is the whole concept. Highlighting, dry brushing highlights the exterior surface, and washing usually sets the inner surface. And we kind of have to give that same effect with the decal, or else the decal will look like it's been dry brushed, so to speak, and be blam, poking right at you. And we don't want that. We want the decal to feel like it's a flush part of the kit. So we'll let this dry for a few minutes. As you can see, before I go, this is starting to blend really well. It's starting to look dirty kind of all around. And what I'm going to do is take this off. I'm going to put just a little more on there because it's all starting to go to the bottom. And we'll let it sit on its side. Same thing with this one. We'll go ahead. It's starting to do the same thing. It's starting to pool at the bottom, which is what we don't want. So we'll go ahead and make it dirty again. And we'll set it on its side as best as we can. And the Land Raider's coming along. Honestly, I've only spent a few minutes total, maybe about 10 minutes doing the decals, and as you can see, it's coming together fantastically. I did miss one spot, so I'm going to go ahead and touch that up right now, and that's on top of the salt cannon. I forgot to do the ball red wash, so we'll go ahead and do the whole top of that real fast. The good part is, again, if you do the whole top layer, that whole top layer is going to get that bolder red. So we'll apply that in here too, to make it more uniform. That'll dull that out nice. Because remember, all washes are matte. They leave a matte finish. So we'll come back to this in a few minutes after it's dried.